Sheeds, a big win at Richmond on Saturday. You must have been really impressed with the performance and the win.
G'day Josh, thanks for having me. Yeah, it was good. Obviously, coming in, we wanted to continue to focus on little parts of our game, and a lot of them are around our defence and keeping Westies to 10 scoring shots and 3 goals for the game. They did kick 3 goals, 7, but keeping it to 3 goals for the game was what we pride ourselves on. And then, you know, our offence and our contest and the way we want to move the ball will come off the back of how we defend. So that was really positive.
Well, it was the best defensive effort from a Norwood team in 10 years, keeping them to 25 points. What were some things that you enjoyed about the defensive effort?
Just the ability to keep the ball in our front half. I think we played the game at 67% inside of our front half for the game, and had some really big moments in quarters and periods of 10, 15 minutes in quarters where the ball got locked in our front half and our front third, off the back of some defensive efforts and getting up on Oppo and closing out and making sure the ball stayed in our front half. So that was really pleasing, which then gives us the ability to hit scoreboard and put some scoreboard pressure on.
Absolutely. Best half in 2 years as well, offensively, 11 goals, 5. Been a lot made of our accuracy in front of goal. It must have been great for that all come together, as well as defensively.
Yeah, it helps for sure when you put scoreboard pressure on, and that's probably been an RFI for us as a footy club for the last 4 weeks. We've had some really good looks even. Last week against Centrals we had 31 shots on goal, and I think this week, including our out of bounds and stuff, I think we had about 35 shots on goal. So we're getting some really good looks and some high numbers on goal, and then conversion was the next part of our game, and getting the ball in good areas and lowering our eyes, and we did all that really well on a big ground, and some unrewarded running creates that as well. So a lot of the boys played their role really well and opened up the ground for their teammates.
Seemed like a matter of time before Jacko hit the bag of 5 or 6, and that was his best goal kicking tally in a Norwood Guernsey. So 6 goals, 2, 10 marks, best on ground. He was excellent, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been good, and it's all the little things he's doing as well, like bringing the ball to ground, splitting packs, all them little things where he's really getting his game going. So once again, he's created really good form through the teammate he wants to be and the acts that he wants to do, and all the little things in the game, and that's how we want to build our game both individually and as a team. And if we get them things right, then I think your natural game and instincts kick in, and you can have a good day.
Yeah, must have felt like you were coaching with a couple hands tied behind your back early in the year with injuries, but feels like you got close to your best 22 out there. Bit of continuity. Donnelly and Hurd behind the footy, Sermo in the ruck, Finn, Callow and Binder in the forward line. Is it more close to what you're wanting to put out there?
I think it spreads the field a little bit more evenly. Obviously, having Luke back on the weekend gives us the ability to play Finn in front of the footy. And I guess the things we did early in the year, playing Finn in the ruck, we believe that Finn will be a much better footballer for it. And, he got thrown in the ruck early, which he probably hasn't been exposed to them minutes in the past around playing, as the number one ruck, but being in them situations and, developing his ground ball game and his hit outs and his contested game will definitely help him when he went forward. And yeah, it was good having Luke in the ruck, so then we could have Tristan, Jacko and Finn all ahead of the ball, as well as Isaac Twelstreet, who play a little bit of a different role and a bit more of a running role for us, which is to his strength as well. So yeah, the pieces come together nicely on the weekend.
Must have been impressed with, West Adelaide started, I think, the first quarter really well, the second quarter strongly, but then in the end, 104 more disposals and I think 13 more tackles is unbelievable. Must have been really impressed with how the guys rocked up to play and put it all together. Yeah,
definitely. I think the first 7 minutes, 6 minutes, it was a real arm wrestle, and they tested us early, getting the ball inside their forward 50, and our defenders did a really good job to nullify in the air and be first at ground level and run the ball out of D50. So our backs have been super all year and probably been put under a bit more strain than we would have liked at times, and that will help build their game over a period of time. And now we're seeing when the ball goes in there, they can defend it really, really strongly as they have all year. But once again, it's just off our pressure, really. I think just maintaining source pressure and ball pressure and the ability to win it back and go from there was strong over 4 quarters.
And it must have been impressive to, 60 odd points up at half time. It's pretty easy for it to dwindle out to a 50-point win or come back a little bit, but it must have been impressive that it ended up being a big percentage booster for you in the second half.
Not something that we talked about really. It was more about just continuing to play our way and continuing to really play 4 quarters, and we broke it down each quarter, and we, as a footy club you get to reset and go again for another 30 minutes, and it's just playing our way for as long as we can and having really strong moments. And I think we've been in that situation round 2 against the Eagles when we were 4 or 5 goals up at half time and we didn't get the job done. So some good learnings for us, and that's how you learn, is you put yourself in them positions and you don't get it done, and then you review it and look at it and move forward, and next time you're in that position you can nail it, which the boys did on the weekend.
And you must be looking forward to having another crack at Sturt. It probably wasn't our greatest performance of the year in round 3, so it must be great to chance to respond against them, and obviously they're undefeated as well.
Yeah, it's a great challenge for our footy club. I think there's none bigger at the moment. I think the boys are really looking forward to it, and so are we as a coaching group, really excited. Get a really good 8-day or 9-day break and get a really solid block of training in, and we feel like we've trained really, really hard over the last month, and our game's been built off that, so we'll continue that this week. And last time we played Sturt, they built us up around the footy, and I think the boys remember that, and they know what it looked like last time. So they're one of the best contested teams in the competition, and we pride our game on that part as well. So we're looking forward to it. Yeah,
and any chance of return to the captain, Jacob Kennelly, or anyone else?
We're hoping so. If anyone can get up, he can. He's very diligent with everything he does. So he'll train this week. He was already running again on Saturday before Westies. So we're hopeful, and we can get him back in.
Perfect. Thanks, Sheds.
Thanks, Josh.